Good day, folks. Welcome to episode number 5, I believe it is, of this, number 5, of this rebuild. The last videos, we got these amount of stuff covered and finished, so let's keep going. I got a new ring in it. I managed to get the other one out. Unfortunately, just as I was about to finish, she snapped in half. Oh, that's alright though. We got another one here. Should work. We'll see. Might be a little tricky with the bit of rust in that ring, but whatever. Next thing we're going to get done here is we're going to install the handle. I'm going to try something different on this one, and I'll show you when I get there. First order of business is get this thing cleaned up a little bit so it's a little easier to work with. Also, you want to inspect it. You don't want to put a broken throttle in. That sucks because it's a decent way to get it fixed again. I find WD-40 works as a decent little cleaner. It's kind of nice and gentle, and it leaves a nice little protective film on the plastics and metals. So I'm going to try something I've never tried before, so I can't endorse it. I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm going to do. These older saws, this series, they're a little known for their vibrations. They do get better with age, and by how I mean is they get better with age is as they get older, the rubber buffers that are in that handle, they start to get softer and more worn out, so then it absorbs more vibrations. So what I'm going to try, and it's going to be easy, is I'm going to try and only install and hook up these two buffers. I'm going to zoom in for you. I'm only going to install these two buffers, this one, and leave the back one uninstalled. That way it'll have a little more flex. I don't know what's going to happen, so this is just kind of something for you to play around with if you want your own self. My thought is though, is there's gonna introduce enough play in the back handle that you're gonna end up having, when you twist the saw, it's gonna apply throttle. So that really won't work very good. But I'm gonna try it out, see what it does. And it'll be easy to throw those bolts in if I want. They're exposed on the outside. There's a bit of play there, as to be expected, but I'm gonna try it. I'll let you know if there's any notable difference in the episode when we get it running. Next, we need to install the head. One thing I forgot to mention here, you need to cut these little nibs off that are sticking up. They'll cause, if it doesn't cause an air leak, at the very least it'll lower your compression because your head's higher. Now it's time to put the head on. It's a little tricky. Make sure you have your gasket in there. There we go. Now we gotta put our head bolts in. We ran them all down so they're just kind of hand tight and everything's pulled tight. Now it's time to do a similar cross pattern fashion hand torque again. I got no magic number for you. If you want to do it to spec, I'm sure Husqvarna would have those specs for you on your website. Basically what I do is about, I know this is extremely unscientific, but maybe 30% of my wrist strength. I know that's pretty crude, but now I'm gonna throw put a new fuel line in. Link is in the description. You want to be careful kind of buying these. Some companies, they make them really short, so you get about, you lose about a third of your fuel consumption, which is really kind of annoying. So you want to make sure you get a nice long one. The ribbed end goes down. So let's see, focus. So the ribbed end goes down into the tank, or rather it stays in the tank, you'll see what I mean. The smaller flange goes towards the carburetor, bigger flange, smaller flange. Here's how you do it. I gotta get a filter. So the way you install these, it's not how you think, or maybe it is if you're smart. So first thing you do, you install your fuel filter. That's going to be a bit of a stretch. So the way you do that is you need to go in the tank and it needs to get fished up through your hole. But first, use something slippery. It'll save a lot of effort when it comes to pulling it through that final seating. Typically I use hemostats, but it's not impossible. You kind of have to just use your eye. See if I can get it. So there we got her. Now what you have to do is you need to pull it until it slips into that flat spot that I showed you. Come on. There. That one was actually a lot harder than it needed to be. Alright folks, I'm gonna I'm gonna wrap this video up here. We're kind of getting right into the meat and potatoes of this conversion kit now, what we'll start to be needing. So this kind of completes the rebuild side of it, the prepping until we get to it here, as you've been following along. The next video is coming up is going to start getting real specific on what you need, what parts, and if you don't have them, get them in advance so you're not sitting waiting. So this wraps up this video. Please subscribe, that way you'll get notified. If you don't subscribe, well, I don't know what to say about that. I'd feel bad for you, and you'd probably hurt my feelings. So please don't do that, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.